everybody, welcome back to my channel. Good morning, vlogsters. It has been a minute. I thought I had lip stuff here. I was going to put some lip stuff on. I am sorry I missed you guys yesterday. I know a lot of you look forward to spending Sunday with me. And if you're watching this afterwards, that's fine, as long as I can get on here and talk to you guys. Mom's here, Jim's here. What are you doing? No, I'm earning money. Let me earn money. Jim skipped the commercial, so I was just like, no, it's money, man. Anyway, the what was I gonna say? Oh, before you picked up the remote, I was talking and I don't remember. Yeah. So if you're watching it afterwards, yesterday, it's not really just been yesterday. I have had a really bad week. I got back from the doctor on Monday, and he just doesn't want to seem like what's going on with my hip isn't a big deal. He isn't really concerned about it. He doesn't have anything to compare it to see if it's growing or more, because this was a CT and this was an MRI, and when I was in the hospital, I got a CT. It's like it's really hard to compare CTs to MRIs, so we can't tell if there's any changes really. So he said it's not in a place where it's like not in a danger zone, and it's not an operable mass. So he's like, just let it, just leave it. And I'm like, okay. So of course now my brain is like, and I fell into really deep, and it wasn't like depression. It was like unmotivated depression. It was just like, I wasn't sad. I didn't cry, none of that stuff, but it was just like, I didn't want to get out of bed. I don't want to do nothing. Did I want to eat? I kept saying to Jim, I'm like, I think I have to. Like, I have to eat. Feed your flesh prison. One of my favorite Instagram people, she says, don't forget to take your meds and vitamins, and hydrate and feed your flesh prison, because you deserve it. Because food is fuel, and you deserve it. Anyhow,
That Gibson Gaskin.
Deidre.
Good afternoon. Says hello.
Hi, everybody.
Hello,
I'm not trying to like TMI, but literally, I just was in the same tank top for 5 days, and I like barely I went to the bathroom. I didn't like do my cleanup thing. I got to the point where it's just like, I can't do this. So about Saturday night was when I was like, all right, I'm ready to go get all these things done. But of course, it was too late in the day for Jim. He was feeling like, not enough energy to help me. So then we were going to do it Sunday morning, but then Sunday morning I just was slipped right back in it. So it wasn't until Sunday night where I was just like, I went to go to the bathroom, and I was like, I'm just going to jump in the shower. Like, I'm going to force myself to just do it, no matter what my feelings were. So I'm sharing this with you because depression's a big thing. Like, I really want to address that sometimes. Like, I'm on an antidepressant, and most of the time it's totally enough. But I just don't know if that's what this was. Like, I just don't know if this was just like my body just really needed to rest, or I was just tired. To be honest with you, I actually said to Mona, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Like, that's the real thing. And I know it's kind of a joke for a lot of people, but it's really true. Like, if I don't feel tired, I feel sick, and if I'm well enough, then I do something, and then I feel more tired and more sick from doing it, and it just sucks. People have mentioned stamina, but it ain't even about stamina, because it's not like the next day I'm just tired or I'm sore. The next day I'm like sick. Like, sometimes I can get nauseated from doing it or all these things. So, but I do move myself every day. Like, I reposition myself on the bed. I get up and go to the bathroom. It's not like it's not like I'm just there. Sometimes I even sit in the chair. I just don't want to come out and socialize, or just to be a human being or whatever. I don't know. But I think I just really needed that. I really needed to rest and reset. There's just so many things that are on my brain that I was concerned about and like worried about. And, I was in my feels, like that kind of thing. So, for those of you who've been praying for my sister-in-law, just good news, she's going home today. Not coming home because she doesn't live here, but she's going home today. So thank you all for your prayers, and I appreciate everybody's well wishes. And she does too, as everything worked out really well. So I'm glad she's able to go home today.
J. Rockefeller said hello.
Hello,
to all
hello.
of us, and said, Jeri-Ann, you're looking good.
Thank you.
Nellie Higgins said, so happy you're up and doing what you can.
Yes, Nellie, thank you. The shower was tiring. It really was, like it always is. But I took a really long time in it too. Like the last time I took a shower, I didn't exfoliate my skin really well, and I forgot to lotion. So I was like all of this like crepey skin, like it was really gross. So I was like, yesterday I spent a real good time exfoliating. And of course, Jim helped me watch my back boo boos. But then, it was just Oreo kept wanting to come in, like, but she's really much too big to shower with me now. Like when she was a puppy, I would just put a towel across my lap. She put her paws up on me, and I would shampoo her like right before I took my shower. But she kept checking, and there's no room. There's just no room. She's so big. So I said to Jim, I'm like, maybe later. But then we talked about other things to do. So I'm sorry.
Thanks, Nelly.
Oh, no, you can't say thanks, Nelly. What did Nelly say?
There's a nice
Oh, it's
T-shirt.
just a nice t-shirt. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Jim does that on his live streams, but I don't think he realizes that not everybody can follow along in the comments while they're
Simone's
rewatching videos. So
girl asked if I could see the comments. Yes, I can.
yes, your microphone
here?
on, Mom?
Yeah.
Like the lights on? Okay.
As far as I
Can you
know,
guys?
I
Okay.
think she was more concerned that she wasn't showing up here.
Oh, okay. I know Jay Rockefeller's real name. Hey, didn't you win? Ooh, that's sweet. What's that? What you got in there today?
Oh.
Oh.
The vanilla.
Oh, the vanilla is always so much sweeter than
Yeah.
the white chocolate. Woo. Sorry, guys. That was a shocker. Jay Rockefeller, didn't you win one of my very first like giveaways back in 2017? I'm pretty sure she did. I feel like she did. Yeah, I feel like you did. Let us know in the comments.
Very long wants to know how you're feeling today.
Much better actually. I felt better after my shower yesterday. We were gonna do a live stream last night, but Jim had his hands way full with everything. He between dinner ended up being just like fend for yourself, but then he still has to fend for me and him anyway. So between dinner and then taking care of the dog, and then he took his own shower and he made the bed so that we can both get into a clean bed with clean showered bodies. That's just always, it doesn't always work out that way for us because a lot of times he, if after he's made the bed, he's tired. He can't take a shower, but that's what we used to do when we were younger. Make the bed, get in the shower.
Girl
Sorry,
thinks
Mom.
she's checked blocked on your
I
channel.
checked that. She's not in the block list, so I don't know what's going on.
What are we talking about?
She evidently is not being able to get through on Jim's.
Oh,
Yeah. So
Who is it?
I don't know.
Simone's girl.
oh. That's very wild. We'll look, okay? I'll help him look because I know he said he looked in his block list, but it could be in other places.
Okay.
Because it could be an actual block on your lives, not like you blocked it from your channel, but you could have blocked it from your lives. There's a separate category for that.
Okay.
There's also keywords like, I don't know, if he took the word girl and he put it into his keywords, that you just won't show up because that's in your name. I know that's not a thing that he did, but I'm just saying that's an example of what could have happened. The other day, I wanted to teach you guys something. Was it last week on your live that person was on there trolling that said, "Oh, I've been watching for years. I've been on here for years."
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know this, and I'm not trying to teach the tricksters a trick, but if you click on somebody's profile picture and it says see profile or see channel, you go to their channel, you can see when their channel started. So that was March 1st. That lady was like trolling, and I went onto her thing, and she created that profile that day. She's like, "I've been watching for years." Well, if you've been watching for years, you just created your channel today. Like, were you watching it just blindly? Like, I'm not dumb. So if you're ever interested, if you ever see anybody trolling, you could do that. You could report them, you could block them, but you can also just go back, go click on their profile and go look to see when their channel started. If their channel's been around a long time, they might just be new to the situation and really have genuine questions. Like really people who are new just have no idea what's going on. But they also could, it's a good way to find out if somebody's actually just trolling the page, Kind of like on Facebook. Do you guys know that that's a way to find out if somebody's fake on Facebook? If you go and find, like, I got a person reaching out to me that was like, oh, this is this, and I like, oh, I love this thing about you, and then I went and looked, and she created that thing that day, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm not investing any time in somebody who is,
Oh yeah,
trolling or whatever.
Time.
Yeah, so just go to
All
see
the
their
time.
information, and you can see how long they've been on Facebook, and that's a big thing too.
Simple Karen asks, can you have a biopsy done to 100% rule out cancer?
Where? Me?
Yeah.
On my hip? It is cancer. I don't know. I'm confused.
Well,
Oh,
that was the
Karen,
question.
I'm confused. The lesion on my hip is cancer. I mean, that's he just doesn't know if it had any changes since my surgery date back in 2021 because he has nothing to compare it to. But it is cancer. It's a lesion. It's just another tumor, another growth. And it's been there since my surgery. It just, like I said, we just don't know if it's changed because he doesn't have the same scan type of scan, so can't really tell. Jim, by the way, is drinking a watermelon mix-in, and he's just loving it. He can't put the bottle down. Did you notice? Jim's funny because he makes the mix-ins like 1-in-1, like how that's supposed to be, but they're too sweet like that for me. So I do like a half a gallon of water. Actually, what'd you do? A whole gallon of water this time?
It's like a whole gallon
With only 4 mix-ins in it. That's like 1 per quart. And I was like, yeah. And to me, it's sweet still. I did 3 strawberries and 1 lemonade, or 2 strawberries, 2 and 2. Oh, 3-in-1. Okay.
3 strawberries.
And
That's
it's
what
still
you
too.
told me to do.
That's okay. I couldn't remember. It's still too sweet for me, and I'm like, woo. And over ice too. Like this morning, I was like, woo.
Oh, Mary Long said she likes your nightgown. It's purple is her favorite.
Oh, thank you. It's actually had a long time. It's ripping on the side. I actually have one in my Walmart shopping cart that I'm like, as soon as I can get a little extra money, I got to get a new one to replace a couple. I've lost a couple over the years, quite a few actually.
Jay Rockefeller said, I never win anything.
Oh, okay. I really thought you did. Like, I had a couple of. I know Teresa from Teresa Plans. She won one. I thought it was you. I'm sorry. Oh, that's so weird.
Simply Karen asks, can you get your own coffee and food yet?
I can get my own coffee, and as far as the food's concerned, like, I'm not sure what you mean by get it. Like, I can go to the refrigerator and grab yogurts and cold cuts or whatever, but the problem I have is just standing a long time. Right now, is my legs can still get like jelly from the pain. But yeah, I mean, uh, it's the like I can walk out to the car. Like I go out to the car. I walk out to the car by myself. Um, I still am very cautious when I go down the 1 step to go outside, and um, but I could do 2 steps, 3 steps if I needed to. I just have to be I'm careful. I'm being cautious because I don't want to hurt myself. Um, but yeah, I get my own coffee. Actually, I just don't make good coffee like Jim does. Actually, the other day, right? I set the coffee. I said, Jim, I'm gonna make the coffee, like put the pot in and the Miralax. But I said, you dress it because he just makes it so much better than I can. So, yeah, actually, and it depends on the day. Some days I can't even roll over to eat breakfast the right way. To be honest with you, and there's days where it's just like I, can't do it. And then there's days where I can sit. Even when I was in the room for a whole week, I was like sit in the chair and eat my food. Eat dinner with him and or hang out with him or do budgeting or whatever it is. But every day's different. Um, I shared. I went. I was on Facebook the other night before last, and I got a link to a T-shirt site. Like they look at you, and it was like cancer T-shirts, and I was like, oh, cool. And I looked to see kidney cancer T-shirts, and I found this whole bunch of inspirational sayings on kidney cancer T-shirts, and I shared one on my Instagram that actually says I'm not faking being sick, which I think is kind of funny being on on a channel and stuff, but I'm faking being well. And to be honest with you, that hit home like nobody's business. You can be positive, and I am positive. Like I know I've got a lot of life to live, and you can still like feel like you're faking it because I don't feel good like today. I feel better than I did yesterday, but I nowhere feel good. I mean, not even close. So it's kind of like, there's this whole gray area in life, and there is no like absolutes with things. It's not like you're absolutely better, you're absolutely worse. You have a great day, you have a worse day. It's not black and white. It's really not. This morning I woke up, I woke Jim up, and I said, "Oh, do you have an alarm set for 9:45 because it's just about 9:45?" There's a few alarms went off earlier, and he went back to sleep, and I was up playing on my tablet. I was ready to get up. I slept good last night, and then by the time he got up and get up, it zapped, like it just drained out of me whatever I had. And I said to him, I'm like, I got him up to get up, and I was like, you know what, Jim? I feel like I have to roll over and just like rest this side of me. I ended up falling asleep for. That's why he just got me up at like 12,
Go back to
12:20.
sleep for at least 45 minutes.
Yeah, and it's so weird because I was like so refreshed from my sleep last night. Um, yeah, it's just bizarre, and like that's what I'm saying. Like when I'm saying like it's not even a good day or a bad day. It's like good hour. It's like you have a good half an hour. You have a good 10 minutes. It's what it breaks down to sometimes. But I can't believe how fast the energy drains out of me. Like the life drains out of me. That's what it feels like. Feels like some days I'm just up and ready to go, and then all of a sudden, you know, it's. And yesterday was it. I was like, yesterday we were gonna take a shower, make the bed, go to the Dollar Tree, get some things that we needed, and I was actually gonna go, and I was gonna just not buy anything, but like take pictures of things, like a shop with me almost, and then not buy nothing, but buy the things that we needed, not buy any extras, is what I meant to say. And then it just went whoop, and I was like, nope, can't do it. Maybe tomorrow. Like maybe tomorrow, maybe tomorrow. Everything's tomorrow. So
Simone's girl was back talking about Jim's lives. She asked people if they could see her comments, and nobody answered her.
yeah, so probably not.
Yeah. Nellie asked Jerry, may I ask if Cece still works for you?
No, she does not.
Okay. Simply Karen said, I'm sorry, I thought the
What?
MRI showed a tumor.
Excuse me, Mom. What?
Sounded like a weird growling sound.
Hmm.
Somebody's
No.
stomach,
I didn't hear it.
I
Sorry,
won't
Mama.
say-
What was the
anyway.
second thing?
Uh,
Simone's girl or Karen? Simply
no, Simply Karen said sorry. She thought the MRI showed a new tumor.
Karen? No, just changes to that tumor. That was what it was. It was changes to that tumor. But even if I get new tumors, like if they found one on my thyroid, they would probably biopsy it. But anywhere else, I'm going to get a tumor. They're just going to assume it's kidney cancer because it spreads like that. I think there are some exceptions, but even if it goes to my lungs, they'll probably just assume it's kidney cancer because kidney cancer does affect your lungs. So yeah, anywhere the blood can go. I think the exceptions are um, the exceptions are like breast. If it was in my reproductive organs, or if it was in like my thyroid. All the other lymph nodes can, all the lymph system can just be kidney cancer. But go ahead, Jim. I'm sorry.
Oh, one came on and said, "Girl, I'm still gonna make that shirt for you."
I'll send you the picture. Um, no, it's just there's so many, and I can't. I'm trying because it's Kidney Cancer Appreciation Month. But by the way, we were wearing orange yesterday. We never. I mean, I had orange picked out. I was gonna wear my God is bigger than my kidney cancer.
Orange.
Yeah, you still wear orange. Jim had on his orange T-shirt. I was gonna wear my God is bigger than my kidney cancer shirt, which is technically blue, but it's got orange on it. And I said, Oreo. We were like, does Oreo's orange shirt fit? And he's like, I don't know. I gotta go find it. But then I ended up not live streaming. But it's Kidney Cancer Appreciation Month, and I don't know if you follow me on Instagram or on Facebook business page, which links to all of that's in the bottom of the description box if you're interested. I'm trying to share a little bit every day. I'm trying. It's not really working out very well, but I definitely did on the first and did yesterday. But also yesterday was Sharon's birthday. So if you guys see Sharon in the comments someday, just make sure you wish her happy birthday. If you get on Facebook or whatever, just give her a shout out, say happy birthday to her. I joke because I wrote in the comments of my picture that I like to celebrate the 3 months and 10 days that she's older than me. I always say that, I'm like, you're older than me, you know better. I mean, she's always older than me, but now it's like she's 54 and I'm 53. So, but it's just 3 months and 10 days, which is kind of funny because of the numbers. Like if you're into numerology, it's just weird that way.
Tina Brashear said howdy.
Howdy. Oh, actually, 4 months and 10 days is what I meant to say. Sorry. I don't know. Tina, what's the last name?
Brashear, I guess.
Spell it?
Brashear.
Ah. Oh, gosh. Yeah, that's a good one.
I think I've seen it before.
I've seen it before. I don't know how to pronounce it. That's what I was saying.
Oh, well, I don't either, but I just kind of take it.
But Sharon and I got to talk Saturday night, and I said to her, I'm like, I didn't know what your plans were for school. Could we just talk? I was like, I felt like she helped me come out of everything for also. Nice talk with her. I have to tell you, I have great best friends. They both care for me just differently, but I need the difference. So it's not like if everybody cared for me the exact same way, there would be things lacking. But Sharon literally texts me or calls me every single day just to check on me. I mean, we play Wordle. She checks to make sure if I didn't play Wordle. Um, she actually introduced me to a new game on New York Times, which I'm loving. It's called Connections. Today's was super easy, but Mom, you can cough. Go cough.
Oh, yeah.
She's like trying to hold her cough down for her microphone. It's okay.
Yeah.
Good. I will stop talking so you can actually get a good cough.
No, it's
But we got to talk Saturday night, and then I sent her, like, I put together a little package from Amazon to do like same day delivery because she lives in a place that has same day delivery. Didn't come. First, I placed it, and they're like, "Oh, same day delivery to this area." I was like, "You just have to put for $25 basically. You have to put a $25 order together." So I was like, "All right, I'll get her a couple of little things that'll add up to $25." And it ended up going over, but that's the part. That's just me. I do that. But anyway, it said, "Oh, sorry, it's late." I'm like, "Why did I bust my butt to get into the same day delivery for you not to even deliver it on her birthday?" But she's like, "You're so sweet. You really didn't have to do that." But, I did because I could at that point. Like, it wasn't a lot of extra money. It was my extra money for the week. So I would love to spend it on my friend because her birthday. She always sends us stuff, even sends Jim stuff, like for his birthday or for like the books that she sent just because she cares and she loves us. She finds something. She works a second job at like um, one of these stores like TJ Maxx that has like all like leftover stuff from other stores. And if she sees something that we have to, she's like, "Oh, I bought this for you, and I'm going to send it in a package." I'm like, she's so sweet. She's also always been a card giver, and I've never been a card giver. So she's always like, "Sorry if that microphone tapping, I just was scratching my shoulder. I forgot the microphone was there. Um, affected my sound." But she's just really been an amazing support person in this. My sisters call me to check up on me. Lisa and I catch up on each other all the time, but she just is, don't make me cry. So I really wanted to celebrate her this year because she's really made a difference in this past year too. Plus, she's going through her own crap. Like, that's another thing. All my friends and family are going through their own crap, but she's the one who's going through her own crap that seems to always be able to be there anyway. What?
Just Nelly.
Oh, what'd she say?
Just
Smile.
smile. Yeah.
Smile. It increases your face value.
I know.
Dolly Parton, Steel Magnolias. I don't know what to tell you.
Someone scroll says, Jim, you seem down about the time frame for moving
Oh, sure.
to Colorado. Well, yeah, because I've never been very patient.
So I just mouthed the word patient.
I'm hoping to get out there before summer. I'd like to be able to get out there before spring, but
Can I interrupt for a second? One of the things that makes us such a good couple is that you're not patient and I'm uber patient.
Yeah.
But it also does conflict sometimes when it's situations like this where I'm like trying to rein you back from just running and leaving all your things behind. Like,
don't. Stories I could tell you.
well, I know. Yeah, for sure. Oh, for sure. So.
But, I mean, I was a little down yesterday and, well, I, basically took some time to mull things over. And Jerry's right. I mean, with a lot of the unknowns, especially the financial aspect, it's kind of hard to determine how we're going to be able to do what we're going towards.
I think a big thing that I said to you that really hit home was that we're moving to a place that's more expensive, so Mom doesn't have to like spend all her money so she can travel and stuff. But for us, it's more expensive. So like, we're having trouble affording it here. How are we going to afford it when it's more expensive? So the whole getting a job for him out there, if his physical body cannot take getting a job, we have to consider. There's just things that have changed since we made the plans too. What and I don't know what all you guys know, so I'm just going to jump in here. When we first talked about it, we're looking at mom to get her own place that's like off by herself. And I worst case scenario is I looked into they have apartments, like not Section 8 necessarily, but apartments for people on a sliding scale that have illnesses. So I was like, worst case scenario, I put my name on this list because there's a long waiting list, and we can try to get into like an apartment like that. Or we can just rent a 1 bedroom or rent something cheap. We didn't have to buy at first, until Jim got a job and got established. But now it's changed. The situation's changed. Mom doesn't want to live far away. She does want to have her own space, but her own space like on the
Let's basically
property.
be able to live next door.
Yeah.
Basically next door to it.
So that's changed. One of the other things that changed was we were thinking about taking the second car, but now we're not going to take the second car. So then there's a contingency for that too. We have to figure out if Jim's going to work outside of the home. How are we going to? How am I going to be like without a car? God forbid, like type of situation. So it's kind of a lot of things have changed since we first talked about moving.
I guess in the early morning hours, or I don't know what was going on with my brain when I first got up, but I decided to look on Julia for land that's already preset.
This morning?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And the thing is a lot of those pieces of land are about the same price as a trailer home that's already been put in place, I guess you'd say.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like one of those, okay.
And one of the other things that's changed is that Mona is giving us this pop-up trailer, which is actually going to be a place that we could stay for like not however long necessarily, but we can actually stay there instead of renting a hotel till we figure out where, like when we have to close on their property or close on, it's not something that's going to cost us even more money to go stay somewhere.
Right.
And it's just a lot of things like that. There's a lot of things like that that are, look, we had an apartment at the group home, but that was the whole time, almost the whole time we had that. I had a house in park. We lived at mom's old house when we first moved here for a couple of months, 5 months or so, actually about 4.5 months. But I've only ever lived at the place where I was born and then here. So it's not like they're very fortunate and misfortunate, in my opinion, of the fact they were able to just move so many times that they're used to it. I'm not. I have like, it's like pulling up roots again. It's not like not going to branch off and just go into it's like pulling up all your roots all over again. So it's kind of like that, there's a lot of concerns that are in my head that I'm trying to, and I feel bad because our relationship thus far, like for the first 21 years of our marriage and 22 years of our relationship, I have been there to like console him, comfort him. And when my brother died and my father died, he did step up, but I'm just like, every time he was stressing out about something, I would just reassure him and comfort him and that type of thing. But I'm like, now I'm the one who needs reassurance. And he doesn't really have the skills to do it. That's my fault. That's nobody's fault but my own. I'm not blaming him. But I said to him, I'm like, every time I would say one of my concerns, he would clap back with, don't worry about that. And it's not something you could just be like, oh, look, I'm not talking about trying to fly on an airplane for the first time, or doing something like running my first 5K. I'm talking about like moving and moving everything and finding new doctors and finding a new place to live and a new network and learning a new geographical area and all these things. So it's not something you just like not worry about by you telling me not to worry about it. But he also does this thing where he claps back about like, oh, but what about me? And what about this? And I'm like, yeah, but can it be about me for just like this just conversation? Not even 5 minutes, just this conversation. Could it just be about me? You try to make me feel better. And I was like, and you're not really making me feel better. You're actually just bringing up more concerns. Like you're actually making it not better at all. So we had a really good talk about it. He understands like more now about what is going through my head. Like we sat down with the budget and he's like, well, I'm doing the budget now. And I'm like, well, we're not really there yet because we both forgot about the electric bill. So it's like, we really have to be like better on the same page more. And yeah, it's just a lot of things. Like we won't be able to afford to go out there just now. Like, we don't even have money for rent to rent an apartment, like $100 a month apartment. So it's a lot of things. Like it's a lot of stuff to consider. So anyhow, that's what we were talking about. Go back to your how you felt about the conversation yesterday afterwards.
Well, like I was saying, I mean, thinking about all the different, the different aspects of finances, the concerns that you've told me, I realized that, yeah, I mean, we have to, first off, we have to sell this house. Second off is getting out there and either finding a campground that we can basically live at for a while. See how far we can get. I mean, yeah, there's going to be a lot of things that we have to do to see how well things will work. Properties and expenses. Because my hopes would be that within a short period of time of getting out there, we'll find either a piece of property or um, a mobile home with extra land on there, so we can put in a second mobile home
Or tiny house, yeah.
or tiny house, something like that.
By the way, speaking of tiny houses, I was on Facebook Marketplace, Mom, and I found this light blue pedestal sink, and it was $30, and I was like, oh, if we have to build Mom her own tiny house, we can get this sink. It was just really cute, and it just made me think of like it was the 1960s blue, like that. Oh, like my bathroom at 41 upstairs. The upstairs bathroom.
I was never up there.
Oh no, I was going to say, so the upstairs bathroom was blue and the downstairs bathroom was pink, but the upstairs kitchen was pink and the downstairs kitchen was blue. So like the tiles in my kitchen, but like my backsplash. But anyway, it's just like powder, like baby blue, a little lighter than the top of that thing. But anyway, it's just really funny because I was like, $30 for a pedestal sink. So if we have to build the tiny house, this is perfect. And Jim looked at me like, who's going to build a tiny house? Like, that was the look on his face. Like, who are you going to get to build a tiny house? Me? No, I don't think so.
Yeah, because I've seen kits and I thought, oh, great. Wait a minute.
Well, there's also other thing, like there's a guy selling like an unfinished trailer. He's like you can put a tiny house in it. He had built the trailer. He's like, it's really lightweight because there's nothing in it.
Yeah.
So it's basically the outside just waiting, and it's just like, I was like, sink, put the bed there. It was really funny. I was just going on and on and on. But anyhow, yeah. And then there's a guy selling an actual 3-bedroom, 2-bath, double wide for $65,000. And he's like, the property rent is something, something. And I'm like, yeah, but can I move it? Like $65,000. That's really cheap to be finished. And I'm like, can I move it to Colorado? But yeah, so anyway, my brains do that sometimes. But if you guys like Facebook Marketplace, you can always change the address, not the city. So like the other day I did look at Canyon City and like Pueblo West to see if there was any like mobile homes that are for sale or property that was for sale, those types of things. And then I jumped on to Houston, Texas to check stuff out, or at Lisa's house too. So it was just funny. I was just doing that. I do that sometimes. Anybody got any questions, answers?
No, a lot of talking between themselves.
Oh, okay. But the big thing is really important for Jim to understand is I don't not want to move. I mean, there's still that whole thing that I love this house and I love this area, but I don't not want to move. I need to not move like a gypsy. I need to not just because those prices add up. Look, if you put all your stuff in a storage facility for however long it's going to be, those prices add up. You're still paying to store your stuff, not having established housing, which is one of the things that I was trying to get back in this fall. I was trying to get them to go move and set up, and we were trying to figure out finances, and I was going to have a friend move in, that kind of thing, so we could pay the mortgage here. But if you go established, then okay, we have a place to actually bring the furniture, as opposed to, what's the furniture company going to do? They're going to have to pay for storage for the furniture company, or storage in a storage facility. Storage for a storage facility would be cheaper. However, then somebody's going to move it from the storage facility, and I don't know who's going to do that type of thing. So it's kind of like all these things in the air. If you don't have a house to go to when they take your stuff, where are they putting it, And no, we don't have pods around here. I know you guys asked, because a pod would be almost perfect, but then you're back to the same thing of who's going to put the stuff in the pod and who's going to take the stuff out of the pod, that type of thing. So There's just a lot of things that you know, I guess that I'm not getting answers for, and I'm not like nobody has any idea, but it's like one of those things. It's like, yes, we'll deal with it when we get there, that type of thing. But then it's like, no, my brain doesn't work that way. My brain wants to like, you know, one thing my father said, we were very economically challenged when we were growing up. I hate to say people are like, I was so poor when I grew up that my father, like, we had the water cut off, we'd have the electricity cut off, we'd have like macaroni and cheese and hot dogs for a week, like really, really on our tail, but always got the mortgage paid because my father was like, no matter what, you have a roof over your head. They take your TV away, they take whatever away, you still have a roof over your head. So to me, that's like the biggest concern that I've had ingrained in me, as like, yes, you have to establish your living space, and that was just, and that's what keeps coming up. So that's a thing for me. Anybody, anybody got anything
No, they're
else to say?
still talking.
Okay. Um, do let's see. What was I gonna say? Um, oh, I had it. I had it. Dang it! Was it stories? Was it about the meatloaf?
Oh,
We were gonna, when I was feeling good and thought the Sunday was gonna go well, we were gonna have meatloaf last night, and I thought that was funny because whenever Sunday night, guys are always talking about what's for dinner. Um, I don't know if Jim's gonna be feeling any better. He also like had, when he came to wake me up, he started to have like a bad morning. And I was like, okay, what's going on? And he's like, I don't really know. And then my brain won't do this, shut off. And the dog's getting on my nerves. But here's the thing, the dog can be annoying at times, but when Jim's brain is that, no matter what she's doing, she's getting on his nerves. And I know you recognize that, but you don't see it in the moment. You recognize it after the fact usually. Because when you're in a bad space, no matter what people do, like he comes and gives me kisses. When I'm in a bad space, I'm like, oh, just leave me alone. You know what I mean? And it's the same thing with the dog. Um, he's also tired, so that when she wants to go in and out, um, today he opened the screen door while she was out, and this huge gust of wind, like literally, I was like, "That's tornado grade wind," but it wasn't. She came like flying back to the door, like, "Oh my god, they're gonna take me away!" But yeah, it was just crazy. Um, we have a lot to talk about, a lot to think about, a lot to consider. We have a lot to do to get this place ready still. Not a lot. That doesn't seem right. I guess it depends on, it's all a matter of perspective. Out of all that we had to do, we still have a fair bit to do, but it's way less than we had in the beginning, okay? Like we've done so much, but we still have a way to go. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. We have to work on the outside, which the weather's getting warmer now, but not too warm, so that's good. We can do
well,
that.
here's the thing: is like today is probably the warmest it's going to be in a while because
Yeah, but you don't really want it that warm because when you start to sweat and then you're
yeah,
like
well,
sweating your hiney off, right?
it's 76, which is the high of the day with gusty winds,
Yeah.
and then it starts dropping back down to a low 60s with chances of showers on like Friday and Saturday.
Yeah. One of the things we also talked about yesterday was Jim was making the bed, and I was sitting on the chair, and I was like, "Let me help you," and he's like, "No, just sit there." And I was like, "Listen," and I never got up to help him because he told me not to. He was annoyed at me after I pushed him, but I was like, "Listen, I can help you do this. I can't fill the bird feeders. Like that's thing. Like save your energy to do things that I can't help you with." And he was looked at me like the damn bird feeders again, like but it's sad to see all the birds come to the bird feeders and then have food in there when the food's just sitting on the floor in there. It's hot. It's hot to see. It's going to be hummingbird season soon. And they're going to be looking for all the nectar because there's no nectar in the flowers yet. And they got to feed their babies. Anyhow, so yeah, so there's that. Is this all still going on between them or?
No.
Okay.
Simone's girl asked, "Are you going to Dollar Tree today?"
I need to. I would like to. I actually asked Jim, I was like, instead of doing the live stream while the dog's laying down, I was like, why don't we run to the Dollar Tree? And then we can do the live when we come back. And I could even show you guys what we got or whatever. But like I said, I just need some necessities, but I would like to look around at everything. Like, Easter candy. They got anything new for St. Patrick's Day? I like to do St. Patrick's Day crafts. So like one of the things I didn't give away any of was my St. Patrick's Day supplies because I don't really have a lot of them to begin with.
Nelly is saying meatloaf, yum. Simone's girl says she had meatloaf yesterday, loved it.
Well, Jim, I said I gave you the recipe. What happened? You didn't like the way it came out last time? He's like, no. Did he do something wrong when it came out for you when he made it last time?
I don't remember.
Oh, well, that's okay.
That's a whole different thing. Just cook it longer.
Yeah, that's all. But was it the taste, Mom? Did he? Oh,
I can't remember.
oh, okay. He was just like upset, and I was like, "What? You did it? Like what? You know?" And that's the kind of thing. Like, yes, I will come and do it if I'm feeling good. I'll cook. Actually, this morning I was like, breakfast quesadillas, but everybody had eaten already, so I was like, oh, maybe we'll do that later. We gotta make chicken tonight, so.
Let's see here. Simply Karen says, Jeri-Ann, if you stay behind while Jim and Sally go to Colorado, wouldn't the expense be big for gas, hotel, and food get to be a lot when you are ready to join them?
I'm confused by what she means.
Yeah.
So the plan was, and it's no longer a plan. The plan was, if I stayed here, I was going to have a friend move in to help me fix up the house, and she would pay half of the mortgage, and I'd pay the other half of the mortgage, and they would just stay wherever they needed to stay, like a short-term rental or a hotel, till they got like a place established. I mean, that's what we have to do anyway when we get out there. So that's not going to change, unless we can miraculously buy something over the internet, like whatever. But that's what we have to do. That's the plan is no matter when we move, it's going to be like that. The difference is now, and they would be moving just the two of them as opposed to like the three of us and the dog. So having to feed all of us at like restaurants and stuff like that, having to live with the dog in the hotel room again for who knows how long, those types of things, tried to save them from, like we really can't afford 2 hotel rooms for the whole time. So it's just stuff like that. So go ahead, I'm sorry.
That, I don't know how. I don't think we can afford, not how. I don't think we can afford the mortgage for here.
That's what was the whole point, was that somebody was going to come and live here and help pay half the mortgage, and I was going to pay half the mortgage. That's what the conversation was, remember? No? That's okay.
What? What's your name now?
Oh, goodness.
Let's see here. Nelly says, selling a house is never an easy thing to do.
Sorry about that, everybody.
Preparing can wear anyone out. She goes on to say that her favorite bird is a hummingbird.
Yeah.
And then she goes to say, I was bored yesterday, so I made pineapple squares.
Sounds good.
Is that like lemon bars?
Yeah. But with pineapple.
I'm guessing. I just square like, okay. It's not Jello. It's like a lemon bar. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's got, that sounds incredible. It does.
It's the ones I remember.
I never had them. Sound good. What's the crust made out of? Sugar cookie dough? I'm curious now. What was I going to say? I don't know. I was concerned because it was colder in Canyon than it was here yesterday. Yeah. Is it colder than today too? Like I know the summers are mild, but the winters were supposed to be mild too.
So hummingbirds, did you know they could hover in midair? Remember that one, of course?
Oh, yeah.
We had gone up to stay at a military resort, if you want to call it that, kind of up in the hills in Arizona. And I was walking down a path and I hear this bzzz behind me. What the heck is that?
That's a really big bee.
That's what I was thinking. I was figuring it's humongous bee. I don't know. And by the time I got turned halfway around, I'm staring at this hummingbird, It zips off to the left and past me. It's like, whoa.
It was in a military resort, so I was actually just trying to stay in line until you halted. You know, I was just trying to keep going. It's marking.
There
It's
he was,
marking
flapping
time.
his wings, just looking at me like, move.
Yeah. Today's high in Canada is supposed to be 49
Yeah, that's what I'm
degrees.
saying. It's really cold there right now. I think you guys would be cursing at me if you were there and I was here.
Yeah, the highest of the week is going to be next Wednesday at 62 in Canyon.
Yep.
Oh yeah, Friday. Why don't we go out? Why don't we if we leave today, we should be able to hit Canyon by Friday, which is supposed to be 35% snow.
Yeah, I don't
Oh,
know.
yay.
Plus, I'm like, it is a more expensive area, like than even like Pueblo. Not Pueblo West. It's kind of comparative, but that Pueblo West is coming up now. They're starting to build more, kind of like Rolla. Like they're starting to build more close to shopping and supermarkets and stuff. So, like, if you get in on the ground floor of the areas, the places you can still go, but it's just it's the cost of living there is cheaper a percentage wise than the nation, but it's more expensive than here. Like if this is 11% below the average, that's 9% below the average kind of thing. But it's still that 2% makes a huge difference in cost of living kind of thing. So
Um, I don't think we're going to have to worry about Monica. I think we're going to go down there.
oh,
She just made yesterday. She made
I know,
a sugar-free chocolate cream pie.
with the graham cracker crust, it's basically so good. Anyway,
Anyway,
I actually said that like as a not as a joke, but like um, Luna turns 6 on her birthday in a couple of weeks, in 10, 12, 15 days or whatever. um I don't know if you guys know when her birthday is, but anyway, she is having a party and her grandfather's coming from New York, and her obviously Lisa's there and everything, but there's no place for me to stay. So I was like, ooh, what if we go down to Mona's, down in Louisiana, get the RV, and then we could just go across to Houston and we could just stay in front of Eden's house. just park for Eden's house. But it was just funny. I was like, I'm excited to go there and give her a hug in real life anyway. What'd you say, sweetie?
they might like that.
What are you doing? Taking your rubber bands up?
Yeah, this one is all like goofed up.
Why? What happened? They were all stretched straight to keep your beard in line. Okay. Why don't you leave it and I'll get it with my eyeballs so that you don't pull your hair out? Yikes. We put in a leave-in conditioner in his beard last night. So then I used the rubber bands to like just kind of keep it in a straight line a little bit. I still think you should let me take the curling iron to it. The flat iron really, like, make it straight. Yeah. I also have that brush, that heated brush that I didn't realize Mom sold one at the yard sale. And you didn't return it, so we still have it. Like, return it.
Let's see here.
Jim doesn't like to return things. You guys is that weird? Especially in today's day and age. He really doesn't like to take anything back to the store. Like, even if it's their fault, that was probably the closest time. Like, the other day, did you tell him about the chopped meat on your channel? Well, anyway, we ordered grocery delivery on the 27th, like a grocery delivery on the 27th. We needed ground beef, so we got like that tube of ground beef. And usually he stays in the refrigerator for a couple of days so I can divvy it up. And he went to go use it, and he's like, this is out of date. And I was like, what? He goes, it says used by the 25th. And I was like, we didn't get it till the 27th. So that one he didn't mind taking back. What the heck? They're having a whole, what's going on over there?
Simply Karen evidently has questions for you, Jim.
Okay.
Just a question from Jim. That's all there is.
Oh.
Margarita said hello.
Hi. How'd the baby? Is that what she's saying? Like a question for Jim, question for Jim, question for Jim?
No, just question for Jim.
Oh no, I see all this like going fast. Like there's a whole conversation happening there. I was just wondering.
Nellie Hagen said time flies.
True story.
Margarita said hello. Then they're talking about Mona. He's got great taste. They were talking about cooking.
Oh.
Nellie Hagen said hi to Margarita.
Oh, gotcha. So it's just like they're talk amongst yourselves. I'll give you a topic.
Yeah. Something like that.
What's your question, Simply Karen?
Yeah. But I'm trying to think of one of the topics. I mean, one of the topics is like the joke, like why do you park in a parkway and drive in a driveway? Discuss. But there was like they would do like he would do like button mushrooms. There's no, I don't know, that's not right because there is mushrooms. But he'd be like something that's like an I don't know.
Margarita said, I guess they're talking about the baby.
Oh, okay.
Says she's beautiful and healthy. She said hi to
Yay.
me. Hello. And back, Mona said nothing wrong with that, which, oh, she said, Mona said she thinks she's daddy's girl.
Oh, yeah. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I wasn't until the last few years he was alive. My sister Jane was always his favorite, and then like just being with him all the time while he was sick. I think she still was his favorite, but you know.
This is Simply Karen writes, Jim, in your live yesterday, you mentioned that you have a bachelor's degree in being a veterans to technician.
What?
Vet tech.
Yeah.
Veterinarian.
Yeah.
And not a bachelor's degree. You just have a certificate. It's not a.
Oh, it's just a associate's degree. Like
no, it's not even an associate's degree. It's a certification.
Oh,
like trade school. It's a trade school. So.
Oh.
You're a certified vet tech assistant. Yes.
Yep. That was
specializing in large animals. Large animal handling. That's what it was.
She said, what about getting a job as a vet tech there in Missouri? I think you tried.
I've tried a number of times. Most of the places were not looking for vet techs.
Assistants.
Yeah,
he's not a vet tech. He can't give the IVs or whatever. He's just the assistant who could set up the IVs. And, you know, that's the thing that's really important to realize when what your certification is. Yeah, he got that at the adult education in New York.
Which was really wonderful. What, you had 3 quarters of the thing done and then they dropped it?
Yeah.
No, BOCES, you got your certificate. What do you mean?
BOCES, they dropped the second year. That would have given.
Oh, because not enough people wanted to compute. Yeah, I gotcha. I think we probably could have checked the following years. I mean, that was back when you first moved there. We had 13 years to keep following up on that.
That's while I was there.
Yeah. I had to drive him because he wasn't driving then. Then he started driving, right?
Yeah.
No, not that he wasn't driving. He wasn't driving all the way to Bethpage. Like, that's the thing. He wasn't that. I also drove you to your King Cullen security job too, right?
Yeah.
And then you started to. I told him I showed him a few times when I would drive it. The way to get there, the easiest way to get there is just to go on the Wantaw Parkway. And if you're from Long Island, we lived on the South Shore. You would basically jump onto like the Meadowbrook you go through Long Beach to Point Lookout. You jump on the Meadowbrook. You go around the Needle and you jump on the Wantaw, and it's basically there's not a ton of cars on any of that route, you know, especially at night like that. But it is dark, like it is a dark and nobody's there kind of road too. Right. But that takes you straight up to the place, and you just get off and go around the corner. And then King Cullen was right by BOCES, which is really funny, right? Yep. But then it ended up being right by the group home too, and you drove there all the time. You never went that way though, did you? Did you ever go to Wantaw Parkway to the group home?
Yeah.
Oh, wasn't sure.
Many a time.
I wasn't sure.
I wasn't going to deal with the traffic on the South Parkway.
I mean the northern state too. Woo.
Nope.
Yeah. But the thing my mom taught me when she drove a cab is my mom didn't really care for the parkways at all. She taught me all the back ways to get places. You can get anywhere from anywhere without jumping on the parkway. It just takes you longer. That's the thing. And more gas. She also taught me to wear my seatbelt in the front, even when you're 5 years old and you don't think you need a seatbelt. Because I almost fell out the car. Well, actually, I fell out the car, but she grabbed me. It's trauma. It's been so much trauma. No, I'm kidding. It actually made me feel better, than traumatic, because it made me feel like loved and saved and protected, because she pulled me in and pulled me really close to her like that. It was fun.
Karen says maybe Colorado would have more opportunities for you to do that.
Well, do you think you could do that now? Physically?
You refresher course, I would think.
Physically, I don't think I could, because if I had to lift anything heavy, that would
That was a young man's gig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or somebody who's been doing it for a very long time and has built up a good back.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's true.
But I think if I
Look, it's not a coincidence that your right shoulder is the bad one because of doing this for
Yeah,
20 years.
yeah.
You know, you can't do
Slicing
this.
meat.
You can't do this on meat slicer for 20 years, or this, depending if it was a left-hand meat slicer. Like left-hand meat slicer would slice, but then you'd have to do this with your right arm. Right-hand meat slicer like this. You get, oh.
Right, I don't think she.
She ever did.
I don't think she's been asleep though. So here's what I want to show you guys. Nothing actually has happened to me right now, but the bottom just fell out. I'm just sitting here and can't even imagine getting dressed to go out at all. So
We'll see what happens later.
no, I know. Like I literally just feel like going to lay down again. Like that's. I'm not going to because we're going to watch Curse of Oak Island before it becomes next week's episode tomorrow. Or Wednesday.
Actually, I'm hoping if I have to look for a job in Colorado, I'm going to look for either a security guard gig because a lot of times.
I mean, if you can't be my home health aide.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Security guard gig is mostly either sitting down watching monitors or walking a beat. Otherwise, what I would like to do, but I don't think I can because I don't have any background or education, is forestry.
You can, and they train you.
Well, a lot of times they want you to have like some sort of like law enforcement background.
Yeah, like security guard.
True.
Before Jim moved to New York, he was a security guard, and then he was a security guard in New York. But again, that was when you were younger.
I think Nellie Hagen watches Curse of Oak Island.
Oh,
Yeah.
what'd she say?
She just wrote Curse of Oak Island.
Oh,
but
yes.
Yeah.
Curse of Oak Island.
No, she wants to know what it's all about.
Oh.
What is that about?
Oh.
Well, it's like this.
Yeah, Mom's gonna tell you because she's been watching it since the beginning. I've only been watching it this season.
Way back. It seems like forever ago.
Yeah, like 12 seasons. They said, right? Oh, this is season 11.
13, I thought.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, I kept on seeing advertisements for it, and I don't want to watch a spooky. So I was flipping through channels, and I kept on coming across this one where they're talking about this treasure. I started watching it and found out it was Curse of Oak Island. What it is, it's a very old story, back in something like 1795. No, that's when earlier. But that's when the boys found it. Oak Island is an island in Mahone Bay off of Nova Scotia. Evidently, there are quite a few islands in that bay. It had been rumored for a long time before that it was haunted because of the lights, the mist that came out of the trees, because it was full of oaks, I guess. And nobody would go out there. But these three young boys in 1795 were out in the bay, rowing in the bay, and they saw the lights, and they said, let's go investigate. And they did, and they were knocked out, and they came to, and found a depression in the ground and started digging. Here we are now. They're still digging because many people have had their hands in it. Yeah. Right now, it's operated by two brothers from Michigan, actually, who saw the story in 1956 in Reader's Digest.
Yes.
And decided to go take a look at it when they got older.
Yeah. But there was a big expedition in 1970, right? The guy who found the rocks and did the cross.
All kinds of things. They have found so many clues.
Yeah.
They have found so many workings. They have found things back from almost the year 1000 or before.
Yeah. But the curse is that every major expedition has had deaths. There's supposed to be 7 people altogether as the curse, and 6 have died so far. So it's kind of like looming over their heads, like who's going to be the 7th person.
Basically, what they're saying is, before you can find the treasure, 7 people must die,
or something. Yeah.
Something of that
right.
And
6 have died so far. So
it's on
nobody on their expedition. It's just from the past.
No.
To him, I'm sorry.
It's on the History Channel on Tuesday nights.
You can watch it free if you have, you can download the History Channel for free. You just have to watch the commercials. But it's no big deal. Exactly. Um, yeah, and it's on Tuesday nights, but it airs Wednesday on the replay. And
Yeah.
the
They get closer every year.
yeah, they're real close. It seems like they're really
Oh,
close now.
yeah, really.
Filling out samples
Yeah.
Yeah.
of gold and
Yeah.
silver and copper.
Yeah.
And,
Plus, they have found an area over on a different part of the island that actually looks like it may have been like a place where they stored the treasure till they built the treasure vault. Like maybe we don't know. Like
Yeah.
so, it's a lot of intrigue and mystery. And if you like history, there you go.
Yeah.
Bob's your uncle.
Especially this kind of history.
And science,
Yeah.
because they also have like she's got a cat. The one girl who does all the scans. She's got a CAT scan that can get through the rust of metal to see what the actual object looks like, or and she's got like a thing that tests like what the materials
Soil
made out of, soil
samples.
samples, everything.
Oh, yeah.
So that's cool too.
And what they can't do there on the island,
Yeah.
they take into Halifax or someplace
Yeah.
like that, a university or
University, yeah.
something like that.
And when they go to experts like coin
Yeah.
experts
Oh, yeah.
and leather experts,
Yeah.
textile experts, those type of
Organ
things.
experts,
Well, how are we doing for time since she's barking? If she's barking, like we have no, like if we just started in,
R1.
or just finished now, or do you want to go get her?
Nellie,
Yeah, sure.
check it out.
Yeah, it's really good.
If you're into, because it's not only the quest for gold or whatever it is, they're finding things all over the island.
Yeah.
They have that point to all different points in the world. Actually,
Yeah.
There's one. They call it the Rock Road.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Rock Road.
Stone
Stone
Road,
Road.
that's
Stone Road. Thanks. And that actually, there's one like it in Portugal. They have found.
Yeah, that dates back.
They think it has something to do with the Knights Templar.
Yeah.
Or, I mean,
They
all
recently found
kinds of
a
theories.
1,000-year-old piece of wood, or not 1,000-year-old, from 1,000 BC kind of thing, AD, excuse me. But they think like from a Viking ship, because that's obviously Nova Scotia. We know the Vikings went there.
Yeah.
So that was they find these things and they date the wood and they're like, oh, that's a real piece of wood. It's not like a tree from 1,000 years ago. It's actually like a hewn log or. So there's just all kinds of things like, and of course Jim was so excited about that.
Yeah.
Found a Viking ship.
Yeah. It was originally, they believed, two small islands close together, and they have found a stone wharf where they think they might have unloaded treasure or something like it. And then at some point in time, it's believed that they scuttled a ship
Go easy.
in the water
Go
in between the
easy.
two, blocked them
Sorry.
off, and made a swamp out of it.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
And
I was talking on top of Mom. Say it again.
They scuttled a ship
Yeah.
in the water there and flooded or blocked the water at the two ends of the islands to make it a swamp.
Oh yeah.
And they have
Now
found
they're
things
digging
in
up the
the
swamp.
swamp. Yeah.
Yeah. Now they're digging up the swamp and find all kinds of things.
Yeah.
Pieces of china. I feel like that's where they threw garbage. Like, let's just fill the garbage into the swamp. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Broken pieces of
yeah.
this, broken pieces of that.
Well, they're finding those all over the island.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
They
Stone Road, by the Stone Road, they had to
found
shut down.
barrel pieces, and they thought maybe that one of the things they it's used to ship stuff in barrels. Maybe one of the barrels broke.
Yeah,
and
they
that's where the china
found
came from.
those.
There's all kinds of. It's really cool. They dig soil samples. They're digging into. There actually was a what do they call it? The treasure.
The shaft.
Shaft. The shaft.
Yeah,
The shaft.
So there was actually a shaft that actually got like basically muddied in over the years with all the storms and everything. So they're trying to dig back to the original shaft. You say earthquake?
Earthquake. They lost the original money shaft. Earthquake. Oh, I forget exactly when, but it's been like about 100 years or so.
Oh, okay.
They had, because it was booby trapped, they had worked around it, but they couldn't dig out basically the booby traps. So they would get down so far and it would fill up with water.
Gotcha.
So they couldn't do much, but they were, like I said, trying. And then this earthquake happened and they couldn't even tell for sure exactly where the original shaft was.
But now they found it.
Well, I don't.
Now they're digging the rest of the shaft.
They're digging. Yeah, they're digging out either another shaft. I don't know if it's the original shaft.
Oh, I thought that was the.
Well, it could very well be.
Not 100% sure. They just know
It's got
one
gold
of
in.
the original shaft.
Yeah, and they're
trace elements of gold, silver, and
and an offshoot chamber
I got you.
where they think that was somebody had drilled down and thought they had found a vault, they called it.
Yeah.
Large wooden vault covered in concrete. And they drilled into it, and the drill bit came out with gold and a little piece of writing, manuscript writing.
Yeah. They
on it.
found the cover plate. That's like, they found a bunch of stuff. They tell you in the beginning of the show things that they found over the years that have led them to certain directions.
They'll mention it throughout the
Yeah.
show.
And
Yeah. So they think that the vault broke apart at one point
Yeah.
in time, and so now it's the spoils down there that they have to find.
It's supposed to be a Spanish treasure. Like the story is, it's supposed to be like Spanish treasure that the guy took and didn't bring. You know, like was supposed to be moving, but only took some of it. The captain of the ship and buried it, and that's what it's supposed to be. But does
Right.
anybody out there a millennial who, when mom said booby traps, automatically said booty traps? Anybody else from Goonies? The
Yeah, the little Chinese kid.
007. He'd always say booty traps, and I don't know, my ADHD, I guess, my millennial ADHD.
Sierra Gold is here saying good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Miss Oreo said, I'm not taking a nap today because mom's out in the living room and I want to be with her. Is that what it is, Oreo? Oh, that's my poor babies. We have to clean out the back of the van, and I want to fix the light. Do you have the piece of plastic that was the light, or is it gone? The reason I'm asking is because I don't know if you guys know, Amazon now has like a garage. Does that sound silly? Yeah, they do, and you basically put the car in, and you'll like look for, light cover for my car, and then it'll show you like the parts if you can buy them. But from when we first moved here, that's how long it's been broken. From Jimmy like putting stuff in and out of when he was moving from the storage facility in and out of the van, he knocked the cover plate off of the light that's on the back window of the tailgate. And now it's just totally loose. Like we used to just pop it back in, but now it's like totally loose. I think the plastic's gone. But I have to fix that because it's a pain in the booty every time you open the door. Jim's playing with her toe beans. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's kind of off the camera a little bit. Look, Jim. Just a little bit. But she's not stopped chewing. She's not going to stop chewing. She's just going to pull her foot back every once in a while. Yeah. She got a big bone. Did you guys see her big bone? I'm always talking about these. You guys, this is what it looks like.
Uh-oh.
It's like a smoked skin on the outside of. Okay, I'm putting it down.
She's like, get back here.
And it's funny because Jim doesn't like her to chew it on the bed because he doesn't. I'm not judging you at all. Please don't take it that way. Because he doesn't like when it's slimy and like when it dries, it's like crusty things. I don't really care because that's what they make washing machines for. But he puts a blanket down on his side of the bed to cover. I'm in the car as long as she doesn't get in the sheets. I'm good because that's where I sleep. I don't sleep on top of the blankets. The top of the blanket can be as dirty as it wants. I don't sleep there. But anyway, so he puts this blanket down, and the blankets are just too slippery, like because they're fleece. So there's no place for her to grip her bone. If you guys can see, you really can't see her feet. She's got her paws like this, and the bone is stuck into the couch. And she uses the couch like leverage because it's like a rough cover on it. So she uses that to hold the bone. But in bed, she always tries to move the blanket over so she can use the quilt. The quilt has texture. The little blankets don't. So he's always like, get on the blanket. I'm like, dude, she can't hold her bone on the blanket. Daddy, stop. Sometimes she gets like, I would put peanut butter on the end. Like she's got her jar of peanut butter here. I just dip that thing in the peanut butter and give it to her. Sometimes she wants me to hold it for her, which is a pain in the booty. Ain't gonna lie. But I do it. She's being a good girl. She's growing up a lot. And I don't mean getting bigger. She's becoming more mature. Oh, do we talk about me holding it? Oh, thank you. Everybody can now see what you're talking about. So this pillow that she's on right now is very textured. It's like there's a name for it, Mom. When they punch
Woven.
Like, what?
Woven.
It's a continuous string that they punch and poke and poke and poke like
okay.
There's a name for it. I don't remember it though. But anyway, so it's very textured. This pillow that she's got here, so you guys can see. She's like I'm just gonna put it up here and hold it with my paws. He's such a big girl. See mommy's kisses? Like, no, mom, I'm eating a bone. Mimi won't.
You don't know why she's whining. We give her a bone in a cage. Somehow she got it out of the cage.
Oh.
Pushed it out from underneath.
Daddy gave you a big bone in the cage? That's why you didn't take a nap. No, she probably just missed it. Oh, she's a good girl.
Sierra Gold said, how are you, Jim?
I'm good.
Who did?
Sierra
Gold.
Gold.
Hello, puppets. I know I've had people ask me about how can I read the comments on Jim's lives, and I can't read the comments here. If you watch YouTube, not on the app, but on the internet, you can zoom in the internet if you're interested. I just can't answer my comments zooming into the internet. That would just take, like, again, 1,000 million years, because you have to zoom back out to type. So I read them, and then when I have to type, which is why I don't really comment that much, I just have to zoom back out to type. But then I can't see what I'm typing. It's a whole story. And I can also have the digital assistant read them to me. Go ahead. I'm going to get it. Oh, is Daddy going to rub your ham hocks? Is that what it is? You guys see the stretch? I wish I could show you her whole body. It just takes forever to get off there. That's tissues. It's no big deal. You gonna get the big bone for me, Mama? You get the big bone? That's the big
It's
bone?
there by that thing, and I'm afraid I'll knock that thing
Oh,
over.
is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. I see.
Ow.
Now that Daddy's got it, it's fair game.
Now that Mommy's got treats, what am I gonna do? Take the bone from Daddy or a treat from Mommy? What are we gonna do? I guess you want the bone, huh?
You can like it.
What about treats? What about this? What about this? Can you show me some tricks? Can you show me some tricks? Can you give me your right hand? Okay. Can you give me left hand? I know it's still the right hand. Mommy tried to trick you. Didn't work. Left hand. Oh, good job, Mommy. Can you speak? Can you speak? Oh, good girl.
Jeri-Ann, I can tell you lost weight.
Oh yeah.
Keep up the good work.
Well, it wasn't good work. Thank you. I appreciate that. It wasn't good work, and I'm gaining some back. It was just from the chemo. You starve to death because you can't eat anything. Can you lay down? Show everybody how you lay down. And then jump up. Here's a good girl. That's my baby. That's my baby.
Sierra Gold says, hope you are doing good, Jeri-Ann and Sally.
Yes, we're good.
Hanging in there.
Hanging in there, exactly. Fake it till we make it. Oh, goodness.
Now, where else it?
That's it, Mama.
Sit.
You put it away. You got your big bone now? Okay. Got the big bone now? Okay. Oh, Mommy's glasses. Who's got Mommy's glasses? What's going on here? What's going on here? Got it? Oh, see, now I offered.
Come on, baby.
Oh, Daddy said sit. Daddy said sit. Good girl. Lay down. Good girl.
I'm saying I need her burnt in my face.
JD is here.
Hi.
Said Mrs. Jerry, is there anything I could send you that would make your world a little happier?
Aw, that's so sweet. Just prayers would be great and make all this stuff go away. But that's very sweet. Thank you. Yeah, I'm good for things. That's really well appreciated, actually. If you just got here, we talked a little bit more about what's been going on in my head and why I had to take some time off and from life and share what's going on. So I don't try to, I don't want to say I don't want to get it again, but people are just going to be bored if I tell you the story again. I do have that cooking video that I didn't edit yet, and I do have I've got videos forever that I didn't edit. I feel like we just go through the life of Jeri back from 2020 and just add videos. Like this one is from a year and a half ago that I never uploaded or edited. I can go on and go on and go on since and still. So Jim's typing away 100 miles an hour.
Well, there's something about JD being a fake. There's several.
JD
I was going to say there are several JDs.
Oh. Gotcha. Was this
Me
JD
too.
trying to say that I was going to ask for something? Is that what it was?
No.
No.
Oh. No, I'm just saying, like, because he asked, can I send you something to make your day feel better? That was JD, you said, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he's saying he's blocked.
Right. Thing is, I checked out blocked persons
Yeah.
yesterday. The real JD was not blocked
Right.
from my channel, and
I never mind. I don't think my point went across. Sorry. This JD just said, "Is there anything I could send you?" I said, "Was he trolling to see if I'd say yes?" Like, because I'm always soft begging for stuff. Is what I said.
Yeah, that's
But
kind
I
of what I'm
don't want.
thinking.
I don't want anything anyway. So. Oh, did you see Oreo on TV? Did you just notice Oreo on TV? Okay. I'm going back to the bone. I keep telling Jim I want to take her to the dog park because I need her to run free. Like she runs around the yard with her leash on, but it's just something about running free is a lot different.
Yeah.
Than being tethered
Oh,
to the
yeah,
yard. I mean, she has
definitely.
quite a range. She can go the whole yard, but then she's got to worry about getting twisted around the tree. Like I just remember my dog Marmaduke used to run around the house like 1,000 miles an hour, and actually he would chase us. So we would go and be like stand on the opposite corner. And he was a Great Dane, so fat legs and a Great Dane don't compete. So we stand on opposite corners, and you call him, and you wait to see which way he's going. And then when you see which way he went, you go the other way, and then eventually he catches up to you because there's no racing with a Great Dane. That's all I'm saying. We did something the other day, Jim and I, which made me smile. When we were little, the four of me and my sisters would get into the covers on my mom's bed, and we would call the dog, and the dog would come and jump on us. And that was a Great Dane again. So we did that with Oreo the other day. We got really, really close, and we put blankets on him. Like, Oreo, and she came and jumped on us with her big, heavy feet. And I said to Jim, I'm like, she is thicker than a Snicker, but can you imagine if she was a Great Dane? I think that honestly, as she does jump, I think that part of what if she was a Great Dane, it would be better. She does have big paws for her body build, but the fact that they're smaller than a Great Danes, everything is concentrated. Like so instead of being like a big boom, it's like a big boom, and makes a huge difference. But it was fun, and then the hard part was getting her to stop. Like she just, all right, calm down. She just wanted to keep going and playing and jumping on Jim and trying to walk with him. Jim set up so she does this thing where he walks with her, but like her hands are on his hips behind her, and that's what she was trying to do. She was trying to get on his back, just to be like, "Daddy, I want to walk with you." Hi, hi, hi. Hello. Oh, look at that! It's like a shiny forehead, a shiny scalp. Um, One of the things we were talking about, and I don't know if I told you guys this, I'm sure I did way back in the day. One of the things we talked about was like how she became so scared of things. But when she was a puppy, she jumped out of the van onto the ground, onto the cement driveway, and scraped her chin. So she still has a pink spot. Look. Oh, you see the pink spot under her chin, guys? So she still has that pink spot there from the scar. But like she was so brave when she was little. She didn't care. She was just like, now all of a sudden it's like, but she's gotten better. She's gotten better with her scaredy parts. She can go out without people now, and she's tougher. She's a tough girl. You scratching her belly? I can't concentrate on this. Oh, Daddy got my belly. You guys see this? This is the truth. She's like paws the bone. Daddy got my belly. Daddy rubs the best belly rubs, right? Right, Oreo? Daddy got the best belly rubs. How about Mommy's? Mommy got the best chest rubs? I think Nanny got the best chest rubs. I think Mommy got the best honey rubs. Mom likes the ham hocks. Aw. Are you getting sleepy again? You're going to have to take a real nap. You're going to have to take a real nap. I know, I wanted to take you in the CAR for the BYBY. Oh, BYEBYES. In the CAR. Right? I wanted to do. Oh, what is it? 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 What is it?
I have no idea.
What is it, girl?
What?
Is it the deer? I really didn't even see anything, and I usually can when if something goes by fast.
Yeah.
I also remind him she can smell and hear things we can't do. So.
I thought I saw a cat
Oh, could
dart
be.
behind Eldon's.
Oh, could be. Good job, Mom. You saved us from the cat. Good job. And that was a nice, not too bad inside voice. I like that. That was good job, Mom. What?
No, they said stranger danger.
Exactly. Exactly.
Well, I wish she was more like Michael.
What?
He was a comedian.
God.
Comedian.
Oh.
And he said something about, I think he did say when he was younger, the dog would, jump and da-da-da-da. He says now, the dog just lies there and says, stranger in the yard.
Like, excuse me, you're going to get murdered. Would you like me to let them in?
Yeah.
Actually, there's this really cute floor mat, like doormat, that's got, you get a picture of your dog, and it says, no need to knock or ring the bell. We know you're here. And I was like, that's perfect. Yeah, when Jim first laid her down, he was getting the mail. He accidentally hit the doorbell, so she was not going to sleep. Then he got my breakfast out of the microwave, so then she heard the microwave door, and that also was keeping her up. She's like, I ain't laying down. I also tricked her to go into bed because I told her I'd be right in the room, but I wasn't. I was like, he was like, listen, people.
She took a bugle from me and went straight in there.
She did, but no, the fact that she didn't stay, it's like, Mom never came in here. Like, uh-oh. What the? You hear that? The bacon. Not the bacon. I have a hospital over here that all the toys that have to go through surgery. Some of them will stay fixed for a while, but some of them she'll just like keep going. Depends on where the hole is and how long how old the toy is. Like she has this toy. It was mine from whatever stuffy. It was a Triceratops, and she had one plastic eye that was like, looked like an 8. And when she pulled that out, I was like, well, I mean, I can sew them together, but she doesn't have any more eyeballs. But yes, ma'am. You good? Okay. Anybody else have chicken tenders or something with chicken tenders or something with chicken? Because I got to go cut up the chicken today. It said cut up the chicken today or throw it out by tomorrow. But that's all I know. I actually feel again, so hopefully that goes away by the time I'm ready to cut up the chicken. I might just send Jim to the Dollar Tree to get all the things we need.
How?
With the car? With the car? Oh, I thought you said how. I'm sorry. He said ow. With those big old feet. Dad, I can't pay attention to where my feet go. I'm concentrating on this bone. Yeah, maybe that's why she kicked you, because you keep hitting her toe beans. That's not even her tickle foot. No, her left one is really ticklish.
Oh, yeah, the left one.
Yeah, oh yeah. Her back legs are like super ticklish. And she's just like doing her thing. He's over there like busting her chops. I think we're going to try to go here soon. Does anybody have any last minute things they want to ask or talk about? What?
JD is saying that I had him wanting breakfast for dinner
yesterday.
Oh yes, breakfast for dinner was good. I've also been loving fish sandwiches now that I've been able to tolerate rye bread. You do like tartar sauce, 2 fish fillets, they're the Vandecamps, with coleslaw on top.
No, I have not gotten it. Simply Karen asked me if I've gotten Mom's battery jump. I said not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I'm gonna try to get somebody out here to do that tomorrow. Get somebody out here to do it tomorrow. I was reading up on it, and because of her vehicle being my vehicle, it is suggested not to use my vehicle to jump her vehicle.
Well, the couple that I watched with the thing, they said any vehicle after 2000, like an electric vehicle, shouldn't be jumped standard.
Yeah.
They have this little like special electronic thing with jumper cables on it that basically keeps your battery from burning out, being overcharged. Because the batteries now are like self-charging batteries. Those ones, Mom. Yeah, Mom's like, oh. I am. I think I'm going to say goodbye now. Again, if oh, are you going to say goodbye too? You say goodbye. You say goodbye. Can you speak? Can you speak? Can you speak? Let's say goodbye. Speak. Say goodbye. No, all right. If nobody told you love, first of all, thanks for everybody coming by today on a Monday, impromptu, and thanks for all the well wishes from yesterday. I really do appreciate it. And if nobody's told you today that you're loved, you can always come by and hear how much I love you, because I love you guys very much. Don't forget, if you need to reach out to me, social media, I've got my email address down in the description box. I'm on all the social medias that you can get. Yeah, if you need to talk, just please reach out. I'm there. And as always, you guys take care. God bless, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Oreo, want to come say goodbye?
Bye.
Want to come say goodbye? Say goodbye.
Bye, Nelly.
Yeah, she's done. Bye.
I know.
Don't forget to say good luck.